Hello, beautiful people. Today we're here to talk about how to ask for career advancement. At the end of this video, you will understand that there are more ways for asking for career advancement than, well, just asking. I want to introduce you to two ways to ask for career advancement. I want you to explore with me why your boss may not be the only one determining your career advancement. And also, we need to look at what does it really mean to take on more responsibility. So there are two ways to ask for career advancement. One of them is to simply ask and say that you are ready to get promoted and that you would like to move further up the ladder in your career. And we're also going to look at what it really means to take on more responsibility. So let's dive right into that one. Taking on more responsibility, I'll do another video on this because it is a pretty complex topic. But my rule of thumb for now is whenever you're asked to do something that is outside of your job scope or above your pay grade and you're asked by your boss, take it, do it. It opens the door for you to be able to learn really quickly. Now, if your boss is just dumping something on your plate and they're not prepared to work with you to help you step up and step into the opportunity, then yes, by all means say no. But if your boss is a good boss and they're asking you to do something that is above your pay grade and beyond your out of your comfort zone and beyond your current responsibility, what that means is they're also offering to help you step through that successfully, to coach you through the process of making sure that you're going to be successful and therefore they're going to be successful. And if you don't see that happening, that is a conversation you should be having, and that is a negotiation that you can have where you say to your boss, I would be absolutely delighted to take on XYZ more responsibility. I'm assuming that if I'm going to do that, that you're going to be able to be there for me to answer questions. You're going to help me with making sure that you're satisfied with what I'm doing and I'm also learning from it. Perfectly reasonable conversation to have with a boss who asks you to take on more. The other thing when it comes to career advancement is simply to ask for the promotion. I've covered in other videos the whole process of asking for a promotion, the homework that you need to do when you're asking for a promotion. And if you're asking for career advancement, I think that it is also worthwhile understanding, and again, cover this in another video, it's really worthwhile understanding what are the ladders and the opportunities within your company that exist for career advancement. So do your homework on that as well. When asking for career advancement, what you're really looking for is you're asking to get an understanding of how careers are built and how they expand within your company. So HR are the best people to go to for that. You can certainly start the conversation with your boss, but I would recommend that you go talk to HR on that one and understand what career track you're currently on, understand what the promotion cycles are, and HR will happily sit down with you if you make a request to have a meeting with them, and they'll be able to show you what the career ladders look like for different careers within your company. If you're already slotted on an existing one, which you more than likely are, it's important for you to know which ladder that is and where that ladder goes to and what are the skills that you need to build up in order to be able to continue moving up that ladder. The other thing when you're asking for career advancement is to understand, is your boss the actual person who is making that decision? Because sometimes your career advancement can be determined under an entire portfolio of jobs, and that can sometimes sit at a much higher level than your immediate boss. So the company as a whole working with HR might actually be looking for 20 people who do what it is that you do, and they're identifying those across various different departments, in which case your boss will have some say from a performance perspective in terms of whether or not you're promotable and ready to move up to the next level of career advancement. But it'll be set at a much, much higher level that your boss will contribute to and will add value to, but ultimately is not the final person to make the decision on. So understand what the decision tree looks like when you're looking for career advancement and who's involved in that decision-making process. Again, a pretty reasonable conversation to ask HR when you're having the conversation with them to try and understand what the career paths and career ladders look like. I've had lots of people come into my office who've reported to me over the years, and they have said that they want to advance in their careers. I think that's wonderful. I think it's lovely. I really admire ambition, but my question to them is always, to do what? Where do you want to go with your career? What are you enjoying about your current work and where would you like to take it? So it comes back to the good old homework conversation. If you're going to ask for career advancement, you got to know what you're asking for. If you're going into a shop and you decide you want to buy a new shirt, and you go in and you go, hey, I want to buy a new shirt, and you don't tell the person what color you're looking for, what size you're looking for, what fabric you're looking for, what style you're looking for, then the person can come back to you with hundreds of shirts and it'll take you days, weeks, months to be able to figure out what you're actually looking for. So the same thing when it happens when it comes to career. If you don't know what you're looking for, if you haven't done your homework, if you haven't made decisions for yourself, if you haven't spoken to the right people and figured out where it is you want to go, why you want to go there, what's valuable for you in that, what new skills you need to learn, what's the gap between where you are and where you want to be, then simply asking for career advancement is a little bit pointless. One of the things that I found super effective for people when they come in and they go, hey, I want to advance my career, I pack them off to HR first. But once they've had that preliminary conversation, what I do with them is I say to them, okay, look, let's take the first step. And the first step is you getting ready to get promoted to the next level in your career. So as you move up the career ladder, you have a much better feeling of whether or not you love what it is that you do. And so you can always change when you're a rung or two up the ladder. It's harder to change when you're 5 or 10 rungs up the ladder, but much easier to change when you're 1 or 2. So focus on your next promotion, where it's going to take you, what you need to learn, and how to go about getting it. One of the things you can do is you can take my promotion readiness assessment. There's a link to it in the description, and that'll get you started on the process of answering for yourself whether or not you're ready to get promoted. Oftentimes, a little bit like hiking mountains, when you get to the next level on the hill, you've much better perspective of what it is that you want to do. So rather than look at the entirety of career advancement and be absolutely terrified by the entire prospect, I would suggest that you do look at the career advancement, but that you then take the very next step, which is how to get yourself promoted to the next level. See what the world looks like from the next level and see whether or not that's somewhere where you want to invest your time, energy, effort, and somewhere where you want to stay and continue to grow your skills and capabilities. Once you've, again, done your homework, you can ask your boss for a one-on-one, and I wouldn't be inclined to go in and say, I'd like career advancement. At that point, you've either asked them already and they've sent you to HR and you're now coming back, or you've already gone to HR of your own initiative because you watched this video and you're saying to your boss, hey, I'm really interested in getting promoted to the next level. And at that point, your boss, if they're a great boss, will ask you the 3 magic questions that we talked about in a previous video. And then those are, question 1 is, what do you want to get promoted to? And do you understand what that job involves and entails? And I expect you to know. The second one is, how much of that job are you already doing? So have you taken on some of those responsibilities already? And the third one is, when do you think that you will be ready? So if you've used my promotion readiness assessment and you've gone through some of those questions for yourself, by the time you get to that one-on-one with your boss and you've done your homework and spoken to HR from a career advancement standpoint, you're now looking for your next promotion and looking to get ready for that and having that conversation with your boss. Again, link in the description, promotion readiness assessment. Get it done, be honest with yourself, see where you fit, and get ready for the conversation. And best of luck.